Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Stefania, and as you guys can tell by the title of this video is going to be about 5 tips on how to find your personal feminine style. So I know there's a lot of videos going out there about, stepping into your feminine energy, stepping into your feminine era, soft girl era. Before we get into this video, I just want to touch base on femininity, because femininity is not like a lifestyle, or it's not like a trend, or it's not like something that you could just switch on and off. It's really about an energy, okay? Because we all have yin and yang within ourselves. So feminine and masculine energy, it's about tapping in to that energy that's within you already, okay? And then just utilizing that energy to step into a more softer, receptive energy where you are receiving instead of like chasing or like, being in the hustle energy. Okay, so let's get started. So point number 1, the tip number 1 is decide who you want to become as a feminine archetype, because there's different feminine archetypes. Okay, there's the femme fatale, that's one of them. If that's what you're more into, if you want to be, femme fatale is like similar to like a man eater. I'm not saying that that's what you want to do, but I'm just giving a different type of feminine archetype. There's dark femininity, and femme fatale is part of the dark femininity. There's the siren. There's different, and like that's also the art of seduction. Okay, because femininity is a seductive energy. Okay, because she attracts, she doesn't chase. Okay, so just figure out which one fits best for you. There's that soft femininity where it's more like the maiden energy, okay, the virgin, okay, that's more like Venusian energy as well, Venus. Okay, so figure out what is your feminine archetype. Okay, I think there's like a lot of quiz that you could do online to figure that out, but you could also read books on how to embrace your femininity. Also learn from women in your family that are already already walking into their femininity. Okay, that's one thing that you could do in order to tap into that feminine energy. If you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Okay, just to let you guys know. So yeah, that's like tip number 1. Decide who you want to become, because femininity is like a journey. Okay, there's a lot of things to learn, and sometimes you cannot learn it from someone else. You really have to tap into the goddess within you to figure out what is the best approach for you, because these tips are just like a basic guideline. It's not like end all be all. Like my tips is like, this is how you're going to figure it out. These are like like I said, a guide for you to figure out what is the best approach for you. Okay, tip number 2 is finding yourself a mentor. So there's a lot of mentors out there that want to help women, elevate and be in their soft girl era, soft woman era, just be tapping into their femininity. You also want to surround yourself with feminine women as well. So stay away from overly masculine women. And it doesn't have to, like I said, femininity is not about a look. Okay, you could find a woman that looks feminine but is very much in her masculine energy, where she's very argumentative, or she's very like you have to have a balance of feminine and masculine energy. But a woman who is overly masculine, she is more aggressive, she is more snappy, okay, catty, okay, like and also she is more like, she doesn't sympathize, she's not really in touch with her emotions like a feminine woman would be. Okay, that's like one of the clues that you will figure out if somebody is overly masculine or feminine. And just one thing about tip number 2, you are the average of the 6 people that you hang around with the most. So this is the reason why it's very important for you to hang around highly feminine women, or women that are in their femininity, or women that want to embrace their femininity. Because if you are too much around women that, like I said, are masculine, then you're more likely to be masculine. Okay, so tip number 3, which is one of the, I feel like, if you take any of those tips that I'm giving you right now, number 3 would be like main one. Okay, It's work on healing your femininity, your wounded feminine, okay? So let's say if you didn't have a really good relationship with your mother, if you were maybe abused, okay, as a child, where you were unable to be vulnerable, because part of being feminine and tapping into your femininity is to be able to be vulnerable with others, to be open with your emotions, okay? Open to allowing people in. Like if you have like a defense mechanism where you don't trust people, especially if you have issues, like if you are a heterosexual woman and you have issues with men, you have a wounded feminine, okay? Like if you feel like all men are cheaters or all men are dogs, or all, like if you have that mindset where you feel like all men are bad, you have a wounded feminine, okay? And that could be like, because if you have a wounded feminine, you may even attract wounded masculine, like people that reflect that wounded part of you, okay? So you want to heal that aspect so that way you could cultivate a more grounded energy, because highly masculine men are more attracted to highly feminine women. They're not really attracted to women that are like, you know how they say opposite attracts, like overly masculine man where he's not like overly in a way where he's like toxic, but a man that wants to be a provider, like a real, like, a real masculine, a man that is comfortable with being a provider, a protector. He's not gonna want to be with a woman that he has to fight to want to protect or fight to want to cater to. Like he's not gonna want to do that. It's gonna be too much work for him, in a sense where there's not going to be a balance, because both of you guys are going to be in the masculine energy, and it's like you guys are going to be bumping heads. It's not going to work, okay? So that's why it's very important, if you're looking for a masculine man and that's what you want, you're aspiring to marriage and you want to marry a masculine man that is a protector, a provider, all of that, nurture, like all of that good jazz, you're going to have to heal your feminine energy, okay? And that's very important. It doesn't even have to be for a relationship, just for you as a self, as a woman, okay? You want to heal. Like you don't want to be, like I said, there is a balance of feminine and masculine. Like you can't be too much in your feminine energy where you're allowing people to walk all over you, but you can't be too much in your masculine energy where, like you don't even let nobody in, like you're ready for war, like you don't want to be in that energy, okay? So that's why I'm saying, like, have a good balance of feminine and masculine energy, okay? And tip number 4 is create a feminine routine, okay? Like self-care is very much a feminine routine, okay? Self-care, like, nurturing yourself, that's very Venusian, okay? Like Venus energy, like tapping into your sensuality, not sexuality, guys, sensuality, all about your senses. So taking care of yourself, getting that, when you really take a nice shower or a bath and the water is running down your skin and it's so hot and you're like feeling yourself, you're taking your time to scrub every inch of your body. That is like an amazing experience, guys, in itself. That's why a lot of people go to spas, okay? That is definitely a self-care feminine experience, okay? Whether you are a woman or a man, it's very relaxing. You have somebody catering to you, people bring you drinks, you could call in the bar and they bring you your drinks. If you ever been to a spa, the experience. This is beautiful. But you could have that own experience within yourself, by yourself in your home. Like create that type of lifestyle for yourself, because in order to tap into that energy, you also have to bring it in the 3D, in the physical world that you live right now, okay? So you have to do that. So you have to create a feminine routine. So if you're looking for ideas on how to create a feminine routine, I have a few videos, check them out, okay? So, and also tip number 5, so let's go to tip number 5, stay consistent, okay? Like I said, this is like also a mindset that you have to change. It's like a mindset and you tapping into that energy that is already within you. You have to change your mind about like your experiences in life, especially if you have a wounded feminine. I feel like if you have a wounded feminine, it may be challenging but not impossible for you to really tap into your feminine energy. And in order to heal your feminine energy, You may need to go to therapy. I know in my previous videos I talk about therapy, but therapy is very important for you to release any block emotions, traumatic experiences that are still lingering in your psyche that you really need to purge from. Guys, when I say these things, it's because I've gone through certain experiences that I had to go to therapy to heal. So this is the reason why I'm able to share those tips with you guys, because I know it worked for me and I know it could work for someone. Even if it's one person, I know it could work for that person to actually heal from the traumatic experience that they had in the past, especially if you have trauma surrounding abuse from men, okay? And I don't like to say abuse from men, because men that abuse women are not really men, because my definition of a man is a provider, like a protector. So if a person, okay, a male born, because I don't want to like I said, I don't want to say a man, because it's like, it's not the characteristic of a man. That's just like a male born human, okay? Like, I don't know if male born species, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, they're not real men. That's not a man. Like, a real man to me is going to protect you, is going to allow you to be in your feminine energy, where you could be soft, where you allow him to be a man. Like, guys, yeah, like I'm telling you, like, this is my definition of a man. Like so if you, that's one thing I would say. If you're trying to heal your femininity, your wounded feminine, don't look at these experiences that you had with the male counterpart as a man doing that to you. That will help you heal, because then you will be able to differentiate a man and a male born species. Guys, that's how I'm going to call them, okay? Those ones that abuse women, those ones that are like overly toxic, like the ones that, you know, you throw back in the sea, you know? Yeah, those are not men. To me, that's not a man, because you go against what a man is, where it's a protector. If you're abusing, you're not a protector, so therefore you're not a man. Like, that's just the way I break it down, so that way for you guys to understand, when you're trying to heal and you're saying all those toxic relationships I had with men, trying to reframe that. Say those male-born species or whatever, or male-born human or whatever, like, you know, but just remove the word man, where whenever you will meet a man, you will know the difference, because then your mind will be able to differentiate. Okay, when you see those male-born species that have the criteria of the characteristic of abusers, then you could differentiate and be like, that's not a man. And then a man is a provider, a protector, you know, you feel secure with them, then you will know the difference. Okay, I hope that makes sense, guys. But that's my tip. So just be consistent with these changes. So every time, especially going back to the wounded feminine, because I feel like this is like the main thing that when it comes to finding your own personal feminine style, because like I said, it's not a clothing per se, it's like an essence that you have to tap into. Okay, so if you want to stay consistent, just remember that certain experiences that you had in your life were not from men. That's one thing I would say that helped me heal my femininity. Okay, like, because I was like, when I was like a little bit younger, like maybe my early 20s, I was more aggressive because of the experience that I had with male-born species, because that's how I'm going to call them. I was wounded, and now that I've healed that part of me, where I'm like, okay, I know the difference, I know that this is not a man, this is how I did it, by telling myself this is not what I think of a man. And I've also had really good experience with men, so I was able to differentiate the two. Okay, so I hope that helps, guys. Okay, so yeah, so just stay consistent. Okay, stay consistent. It's going to be a journey. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, especially if you have a lot of trauma. Okay, but just stay consistent. Watch a lot of videos and implement what you're learning. Don't just watch and then go back to being like in your masculine energy, where you are defensive, where you're ready for war. Okay, you're not warrior woman. You are a soft woman. Okay, a feminine woman. All right. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.